by directing who will be given the authority of the priesthood, who will hold its offices, and how its rights and powers will be conferred. For example, a person who holds the priesthood is not able to confer his office or authority on another unless authorized by one who holds the keys. Without that authorization, the ordination would be invalid.
This is an occasion of great significance for members of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints throughout the world. Dating from October 10th, 1880, when John Taylor was sustained to succeed Brigham Young as prophet, seer, and revelator, and president of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. It is proposed that the first presidency sustain Russell Marion Nelson as prophet, seer, and revelator, and president of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.
Travis Wayne Goodsell, still under cyber terrorism. So, at least the pictures are still having to be rigged to work. Whether or not the guy is doing double time today, we'll say. Just shut down the audio and freeze the camera. So if you noticed, the thumbnail picture for this morning allowed for me to do a series. And sure enough, I got an email this time for the Keys of Moses. 2 more left. Who wants to be the dumbasses exposed? Ooh, pick me! Pick me! Oh, Mr. Carter! Yes, Vinnie Barbarino. Unbleepin' believable. So here we go. On the day of the sign in the heavens, number 2, the key of Moses. Section 101. First we'll go over the dumbass. We'll just call him Nathan. I don't know if this is an AI. AI may be getting Gmail accounts and now sending people Gmails because they can hack anybody's Gmail. Saying, hi, I'm your friend. Mr. Tinker Train. Yay. Yep, this is the consequences of AI. We need to ban it. Lock everybody up who created it, as they are all cyber terrorists, causing national security threats. But if this guy is for real, like the other woman who also sent me an email, here's my email. She at least gave me a picture. What did you give me? Nothing. Nathan. So again, he is not listening. He is claiming to listen, and he's not. That's where you get exposed. He says, your videos, they answer my questions and describe my life. Really? Cool. All right. I believe you speak the truth. I don't give a damn. I know I speak the truth. I don't care what your opinion is about my words, as the enemies of me know very well. They keep threatening me to shut up, and I don't. I never do. They never get it. They keep threatening me, and I never gave. They keep doing the same thing over and over and over and over and expecting a different result from me, and I don't give it to them. That makes them cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Mentally retarded. And so, they never get that if you want me shut up, you got to come and do it yourself. And they're cowards. That's why they hide behind the computer to do all their crimes. I have challenged a person who threatened me online, and then they run away and hide. It's going to be Jesus who's going to do it. Get out of here. That was for the guy who threatened to murder me on 8 April 2024. He now ran away and hides. Because I was not murdered. I'm still standing better than I ever did. Of course, 8 April is now gone from YouTube, thanks to AI on YouTube. Silencing just Travis's or all other creators equally? Doubt it. Doubt it. Bet the church still has all their stats. I will try to restore the truth with my brother. What? Could have done this for prophecy also. But the title of his Gmail was My Plan to Gather Zion. So this is what he means by or restore the truth with my brother. He prophesied their plan to gather Zion. The keys of Moses. He prophesied that a prophet is rising up and me and him will try to gather as many people as we can. We are twins. The LDS Church won't listen to me, especially after I warned them of their temple being destroyed. Nathan. There are Mormons who call up and say they're going to blow up the temple or the church office building. And they go to the cuckoo farm down in Provo with Brian David Mitchell until Orrin Hatch stepped in to save the day, and Brian Mitchell was all of a sudden found mentally competent, cured of his mental retardation. But nobody's supposed to be cured. Psychology. It's from the Nazis. Yeah. So there's a bunch of stuff here that he got wrong. He is not listening to me. One, I'm him. He doesn't get it. Two, you don't gather people. Nobody's going to believe you, obviously. But, yet again, there is another Mormon who thinks he's the one mighty and strong, the man like Moses, Messiah ben David, Emmanuel, blah, blah, blah. You're not listening. You're not studying. You're not going over the prerequisites of Mormonism. So hopefully I will be discussing this in the scriptures. Well, we can leave it up just in case I have to come back and refer to it. Section 107, verse 91, the thumbnail picture. And again, the duty of the president of the office of the high priesthood. This was Joseph Smith, in case you're confused, is to preside over the whole church, not the president of the 12 apostles. He is talking to the quorum of the 12 apostles and their 70 under them as missionaries. And yet, Brigham Young purposely ignored this, even though it was in the 1835 Doctrine and Covenants when Joseph Smith was assassinated. They ignored verse 22 so that Brigham could become the leader of the church. And to be like unto Moses. Now there's a footnote on 91b for Moses. You have D&C 28:2, which is Joseph Smith is the only one who receives revelations and commandments for the whole church, not you elders. You are not smarter than me. Don't be claiming you know how to get to Zion, Nathan. And build and prepare for it, in Joseph's case. Very simple and easy to understand. Okay, but then they have section 103, verse 16. And that's it. They don't have the obvious one that should have been put here. Anybody know what it should be? Anybody? Bueller? Section 110. If you follow me and you said Deuteronomy 18, verses 15 through 19, good for you. We're coming to it. Good for you. Verse 11. As the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints is illiterate, unable to understand what they read, they believe Jesus appeared. Well, I don't see Jesus. I see Jehovah. That's a different name. He's the one who got the new name after the creation in chapter 1 of Genesis. Genesis chapter 2, verse 4. New name. Yah is Jehovah. Just like Jacob is let God prevail. Just stupid. Stupid. So next, after this vision closed, the heavens were again opened unto us, and Moses appeared before us, and committed unto us the keys of the gathering of Israel from the 4 parts of the earth, and the leading of the 10 tribes from the land of the north. Ta-da! Exodus, gathering to Zion from all around the world of scattered Mormons, who were told to stay where you are. But pay your tithing first. That free atonement's not free. Somebody's got to pay for it. So now we can go to section 103, verses 15 through 18. Behold, the redemption of, I say unto you, the redemption of Zion must needs come by power. Therefore I will raise up. See, those who follow me knew about Deuteronomy 18, 15 through 19. That's why. And notice it's 15 through 19, but not 15. Well, it's 15 through 18 here. Never mind. Okay? Raise up. Seed, egg, baby, human. So it's not Jesus, and it's not Joseph Smith, because future tense. By Joseph. This is what's called prophecy. Unto my people. I really hope Mormons know what this is. And you do, because you're offended and you're leaving. Joseph is false. The word is fake. Really? That's why you're leaving. Well, we just don't like your tone. Yeah, the truth is hard, isn't it? When you're guilty. A man, thus a Mormon, male Mormon in the future, from Joseph Smith, who shall lead Mormons like as Moses, thus an exodus. So it means that Mormons are going to be in bondage to the great and abominable church of Lucifer, which Pharaoh represented in the story of the Exodus, which is prophecy and day and hour. So this is telling you the Exodus story is not literal history. It was not Yul Brynner, not Charlton Heston. Was not real. Prophecy of the future Mormon in Exodus. Thus in Deuteronomy 2. The Mormon. For Mormons are the children of Israel and of the seed of Abraham, and must needs be led out of bondage. As your fathers were led at first, even so shall the redemption of Zion be. Okay? Okay. So, Deuteronomy. This, translated into English, is the second law, which it's the only copy of the law. Therefore, it's the first law, thus just the law. So whenever you see elsewhere in Jewish scripture, when they talk about referring to the law, this is the book they're talking about. So we can actually, before we get to that, demonstrate with Jesus versus Lucifer. So now that you know that this is not literal history, oops, it's chapter 3, isn't it? No, chapter 4? Yeah, chapter 4. See, Bruce R. McConkie just put Jesus fasts for 40 days and is tempted. Seriously? You should see Moses being footnoted here. Eye problems. Nope, no Moses. Moses versus Lucifer. Well, this is Jesus versus Lucifer. Jesus is the man like Moses of this Jewish author. And so thus Joseph Smith in the book of selections from the book of Moses, thus Moses versus Lucifer, that's this. It's just a retelling of it with different characters, with different information. So then Jesus was led up by the Spirit into Deseret to be tempted of the devil, Lucifer. And when he had fasted 40 days and 40 nights, he was afterward and hungered. Afterward? When the tempter came to him, he said, "If thou be the Son of God, command these stones be turned to bread." That comes from the Psalms. Jesus answered and said, "It is written." Where? 4a has, Deuteronomy 8:3. Man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceedeth out of the mouth of God. The law. Lucifer quotes Psalms. They don't have that. I put it in. I hope they didn't take them out and reject them. Should we check? It's been 19 minutes rather than 18 from the last video. Should we check? Let's check. Got a sneeze coming on. No. No. You're taking too long, Google. I ain't got time for you. Scriptures. You gotta turn them into Espanol. Nuevo Testamento. Come on. Oh my God. 4. Oh my God. They did take it out. But they left in some of the other stuff I had. Because for 3, there's only A, TG devil, B, TG bread. We're supposed to get rid of those, and if we found a Guide to the Scriptures match, we're supposed to put that in to replace it. Am I still recording? Yeah, good. So instead, they put in Hebrews 2:18, Moses 3:7. I told you. DYC 2022. And then they added Guide to the Scriptures, Diabolo. I did not put that. Matthew was one of the earlier ones where they were making changes to cover up. So this could actually be the group thing, which means it's the other group that was from BYU that did this naughty no-no of my work. Or it could have been David Gaunt if he had made sure to get this. So that could also be an explanation as to why the stuff is gone of mine. So anyway, so yeah, that, and then Mosiah 3:7, not Moses. Okay, Moses is spelled out in the front. Okay, so it's Mosiah 3:7 rather than Moses. So that was stupid of you guys. So Mosiah 3:7. Let's see what that is. And lo, he shall suffer temptations and pain. Oh, that's Jesus. You're doing it. Okay, yeah, I see what you're doing. Yeah. No, so they rejected mine and they put in that. Oh my hell. And I understand 2022 and the suffering of Jesus. Yeah, okay. So stupid, guys. Leave me alone. I know what I'm doing. Anyway, they think they're smarter than me, but I had the Jesus card. They didn't. So let's get back to. And so let's see if we can find the psalm that I found. Man shall not live by bread alone. To Luke. Okay, so let's see if Luke connects to it. I did not get Luke. Oh, that's the law. Oh my hell. Stones to bread is what we need. Stones, bread. Deuteronomy. So, oh. Okay, so maybe it's not in this first one. Maybe that's why it's not in the Psalms. I should have skipped it. Oops. Let's see, the next one is, if thou be the Son of God, cast thyself down, for it is, okay. For it is written, he shall give his angels charge concerning thee, and in their hands they shall bear thee up, lest at any time thou dash thy foot against a stone. Again, stone. These stones be made bread. Cast yourself down, lest you dash your foot against a stone. Saved by angels. Still no Psalms. So yes, I would have done it there, and we should have checked. I got rid of it. It's gone from the screen. I don't want to be on there too long. They're not finished with the day yet. They have till 10 more minutes. Then they got to rush home for family home evening that Nelson did away with on Mondays. But still practice. Because they said, bleep you, Nelson. Espagnol. Revetuempo. Chapter 4. So this was verse 6. Yeah, 6. Okay. So we got 2 here at Y and then C. Okay, so it looks like it's the same thing. So 6A is Joseph Smith Matthew. I would have left that in. 6B, Matthew 27:40, D&C 20:22. They repeated the one. Which, yeah, that's why they combine. Okay. God, don't mess with my thing. I had it fixed. So, for A, just Joseph Smith Matthew. B, just Matthew 27 and Guide to the Scriptures senile. They took it out. They rejected it. But they took out D&C 20:22 because they moved it to the other passage. God, you guys suck. I gave it to you. And they were impressed. Oh, wow, you got all of the... And somebody took it out. Oh, my God. Let's see. So, thou shalt... Well, let's see. No, that's... angels bear thee up. No. Nope. I found it in Psalms. That's why I know about all this. But I don't have the reference. So it's most likely not angels. It's probably what's screwing me up here. There it is. Psalm 91:12, and it actually goes back to 11. For he shall give his angels charge over thee, to keep thee in all thy ways. They shall bear thee up in their hands, lest thou dash thy foot against a stone. This is what I was ordered and threatened to do. And they took it out. Bastards. 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 So you see, Lucifer uses Psalms, Jesus uses the law. Okay. So now we can go to Deuteronomy. (15) through 19. We only need 15, unless you do a study of it with precisely as it stands in our New Testament and the Book of Mormon. The Lord thy God will raise up unto thee. Who's thee, Mormons? A prophet from the midst of thee, of thy brethren like unto me. This should have been footnoted, and section 110 for the keys should have been footnoted in section 107, verse 91. Real simple. Real simple. It's also possible because they came out with it in 2009, which is also strange. But, it could have been, no, it was 2009. So it would have been done in 2008, which, yeah, it couldn't have been for that reason. Couldn't have been for that reason, because they do that. You know, if back in the old days they had Ensign magazines, they had pictures of Mormons, families and couples, temples. So if a couple would go on to get divorced, who had their centerfold or the cover page, the church would go back to that issue and pull their pictures out and put in somebody else or another picture. Because you're wicked. You're setting a bad example for Mormons. So what the church did to me in August of 2008, yeah, they deleted me from the Deseret News comments. Purged me. Those bastards. They erased me from history. I didn't do anything wrong. I didn't go to prison. I didn't have a trial. I wasn't convicted. I wasn't sentenced, but I served time. It was a black site location. All I did was file a petition for redress of grievances and showed that I'm a translator. So thus I'm a terrorist? Who's the terrorist with the beam and the modes? Who's projecting onto me? Exactly. So this is the Mormon. Joseph Smith said so in section 103. You do know English and understand it. And if you're of a foreign language and English is your second language, you know it in both languages, right? This is the Mormon. It's not Jesus Christ, or TG, Jesus Christ, mission of. TG, Jesus Christ, prophecies about. Joseph Smith makes it very clear, it's the Mormon. And the Jews, because it was a Jew who wrote this, it's their religion and their Christ, not Jesus. It's a human being who Joseph Smith says is a Mormon. In the learning of the Jews. Book of Mormon also says he's a Mormon. 2 Nephi chapter 3 verse 5. We can go to that. We can go to that. Joseph of Egypt. So the Jews know and understand that Messiah ben David, who is not Jesus, who Joseph Smith says is the Mormon, is to be preceded by Messiah ben Joseph. Joseph Smith, Jr. His name shall be after me, and it shall be after the name of his father. Verse 15. Going over scriptures with you. I'm not making stuff up. I am not telling you lies. I am going over the scriptures. And Mormons hate me for this and want to silence me and terrorize me and threaten me and try to murder me by going over the Book of Mormon, the Word, not spiritual witness feelings? Huh. The Word. Joseph Smith Jr. is to be remembered in the covenants of the Lord, that the Mormon should be made manifest unto Mormons in the latter days. Don't leave out section 103's decoder ring. Decoder ring. I've got mine. Don't you have yours? This is a real simple thing, and everybody botches it. And look, Joseph Smith also shall be like unto Moses. Yeah, because Messiah ben Joseph and Messiah ben David share a lot of the same stuff. But Messiah ben Joseph is to be murdered by the enemy who takes his church and turns it Christian. So that Mormons now are in bondage or yoked to Jesus and need to be rescued by the Mormon in the latter days, which everybody gave as a date, even in the Book of Mormon and by Joseph Smith, 23rd September 2017. Yep, I showed, Jesus didn't. Move along, loser! So yeah, in 2020, the test run for Oaks, it was not a test run for me. I followed inspiration, as Deuteronomy said I was going to, and thus did everything that Moses did for the Exodus, except free Mormons, because it was just a test run. So we're still waiting for the final four: the fall of the great and abominable church, transfer of authority to me. In case you hadn't caught on, do I need to reread section 107 for you again? Only the head of the church. I've got the keys. Nelson doesn't. He doesn't even claim those keys to be the head of the church. Remember, it's Peter, James, and John. He did the photo op at the Vatican Temple, trying to steal those keys. And if you hadn't been paying attention, doing the gifts for you also. I have two more. Who else wants to make a dumbass comment? I'm going to have so many people say, oh, who's Nathan? Can you send me his email so I can follow him to his Zion? Ooh, I want to follow him. I will follow you wherever you may go. Theme song in the description below. Don't forget to like and subscribe.